Imagine a world where the familiar narrative of World War II takes a chilling turn. Instead of the Allied victory, the forces of Nazi Germany under the iron fist of Adolf Hitler emerged triumphant, casting a long shadow over the globe. This is not the world we know, but a haunting alternate reality, a world where the forces of darkness vanquished the light, forever altering the course of human history. In this unsettling reality, the United States, the great arsenal of democracy, never fully mobilizes its industrial and military might. Perhaps deterred by a different outcome in the Battle of the Atlantic or an early German atomic bomb. The Soviet Union, battered and broken, succumbs to the relentless onslaught of the Wehrmacht, its vast territories swallowed by the insatiable maw of the Third Reich. The year is 1945, but instead of jubilant celebrations of liberation, the air is thick with the chilling pronouncements of victory from a triumphant Berlin. The swastika, the emblem of hate and oppression, flies over conquered capitals, a grim testament to a world forever changed. This is the unsettling premise we explore, a world where Germany won World War II, examining the potential turning points that could have led to this terrifying outcome and the implications for the global order, technological advancements, and the very fabric of human society. The victory of the Axis powers, seemingly improbable in the face of eventual Allied unity and industrial capacity, hinges on a series of pivotal turning points, each a ripple in the river of time, diverting the flow of history toward a vastly different destination. One such turning point could have been a decisive German victory in the Battle of Britain. Imagine the Luftwaffe, bolstered by superior tactics and technology, crippling the Royal Air Force, paving the way for Operation Sea Lion, the ambitious plan for a German invasion of the British Isles. With Britain subdued, perhaps even forced into a negotiated peace, the strategic landscape of the war shifts dramatically. Another critical turning point could have unfolded on the unforgiving battlefields of the Eastern Front. A successful German capture of Moscow in 1941, before the onset of the crippling Russian winter and the arrival of fresh Siberian divisions, could have dealt a potentially fatal blow to Soviet morale and fighting capacity. Furthermore, the development and deployment of atomic weapons by Germany before the United States could have irrevocably tipped the scales. The horrific spectre of a nuclear-armed Nazi regime would have cast a long shadow, potentially forcing a negotiated peace under unfavorable terms for the beleaguered Allies. In this alternate history, the heart of Europe, from the Atlantic shores of France to the sprawling plains of Eastern Europe, falls under the suffocating grip of the Third Reich. The Nazi regime, fueled by its toxic ideology of racial purity and global domination, moves swiftly to consolidate its control over the conquered territories, ushering in a dark era of oppression and terror. The once proud nations of Europe are reduced to mere provinces within the vast German Empire, their destinies controlled from Berlin. Puppet governments, subservient to the will of the Nazi regime, are installed, while resistance movements facing overwhelming force and brutal repression struggle to survive in the shadows. The economies of the conquered nations are ruthlessly integrated into the German war machine, their industries churning out weapons and materials to fuel further expansion and consolidate Nazi control. The brutal reality of occupation sets in, as the jackboot of Nazi tyranny crushes all forms of dissent and opposition, plunging the continent into a long night of despair. With the fall of Europe and the potential neutralization of the United States, the world order is reshaped according to the twisted vision of the Nazi regime. A triumphant Germany, its industrial and military might vastly expanded through conquest and exploitation, stands as the dominant power in Europe and potentially beyond. The remnants of the British Empire, stripped of their European partners and facing the constant threat of German naval power, are forced into a precarious existence, perhaps seeking uneasy alliances with a resurgent Japan in the Pacific. The United States, its isolationist tendencies reinforced by the spectre of a nuclear-armed Germany, withdraws into an uneasy neutrality, its global influence significantly diminished. In this new world order, alliances are fluid and uncertain, dictated by pragmatism and the ever-present threat of German aggression. The world watches with bated breath, uncertain of what the future holds, as the shadow of the swastika stretches across the globe.